Hey everyone, what an eventful weekend, huh? Yeah, I'm just doing a stream of consciousness. Sometimes I sit down at my laptop and actually put more thought and work into a video, but most of the time it's in the car, just low opportunity cost. But yeah, I'm sure everyone is coping, trying to come to terms with everything they saw. If they were like active on Twitter or even watching the news, but mind blown. Definitely the craziest weekend I ever remember. I say the craziest event, probably 9/11, but the most unbelievable event was maybe Trump getting elected. But I think this weekend, except for like the most black-pilled, pessimistic people, has thrown everyone for a loop. I can't fully understand how we've allowed radicals to run rampant in our country and burn whole sections of cities down at will. And I've seen plenty of videos of the cops just basically letting people do it. Just unbelievable. The extremists are running the asylum. Got these Antifa folks and these Black Lives Matter folks, and you got their defenders and backers. I was on Twitter, right, and I couldn't believe how many defenders of the looters defending the fucking rioters. Most, and even it makes the people that obstruct the roadways, like those people are fucking angels compared to these rioters and looters and arsonists. And there's just so many stories within the overall big picture. Like the couple of crazy people that actually tried to resist this and got their ass beat. I was on Twitter calling these people. Like, there was the fat lady in the wheelchair, the scooter, fighting back. There was that guy who got his ass beat, who was fighting back with a machete. And I kept saying, every time I saw these people, even if they were fucking crazy or maybe acting a little bit ridiculous, like, these people are heroes. And somebody responded, yeah, well, you wouldn't have the balls to do that. And I said, yeah, you're goddamn right. I wouldn't stand up to fucking looters, because you would either get your ass beat, or if you won, you'd end up in fucking jail. Like, if you pulled out a shotgun, and somebody did that, I think. This guy pulled up to his store and opened up with a shotgun at the looters. He probably got arrested. But I salute their crazy heroism, because I don't have the balls, and I'm not willing to pay the sacrifice to do that. But yeah, my thoughts are, our country has had stability because the silent majority, or the moderates, and I always thought moderates kind of had a negative connotation. That's something Rush Limbaugh would always talk about on his show. Moderates are the people that have no balls and always cuck on their beliefs, because it's like they want to keep part of their core beliefs, but they don't want to be political. They don't want to be considered politically incorrect. So that's why they're moderates. But compared to these extremists, moderates are the people that believe in, common sense things that help our society run. Like looting is bad, like burning buildings to the fucking ground is wrong and indefensible. And it's like, where are all these people? I still think they represent the silent majority,
that makes our country tick and run on a daily basis. But yeah, they're not on Twitter. They're not running the media rooms at these media corporations. They're not the blue check marks on Twitter. But they're at home being quiet, and all the fucking psychos are in the streets and on Twitter and in the media room. So it's extremely disheartening when, I mean, I don't consider the police to be, I guess I'm a bootlicker. I don't consider the police to be, you know, an occupying force in my town or my city. Yes, the police overstep. Yes, they do wrong things. But I consider them to be, like, they're our army. I'm not going to go police the streets. Most of you, you're not going to police the streets. We're not even legally allowed to. That's why the McMichaels are in fucking jail, right? They tried to police their own street, and it carries a lot of risk. So I consider the police to be the representative of the people. And they're our police force, they're our army. That's why they're there. So 99 times out of 100, especially compared to fucking looters, yeah, I support the police. And I wanted them to see them bust fucking heads. But I guess that's not politically correct, you know? The politicians, the leaders, like this fucking feckless mayor in Minneapolis, they're not willing to pay the repercussions of telling looters and arsonists no and busting some fucking heads. Like, God, even the Democrat mayors back in the 60s, it was Mayor Daley who said looters are going to be shot on sight. Like, I don't want to see people dying unnecessarily, but prices have to be paid to maintain order. You know, it's extremely disheartening. And if you don't have the answers for it, well, I don't either. I think there's a lot going on behind the scenes. It's orchestrated in some way. Maybe there'll be a backlash. Hopefully there'll be a backlash and we'll get some law and order back, you know? It was like back in the 80s, Giuliani really cracked down in New York. I don't know I don't know the police commissioner, the LAPD. He had some word for his police strategy in LA. It was like something badass sounding. You know, it was like overpower and protect something. I don't know what it was. It's not that, but it was something else. But he said, you know, you hear all this community policing, get in touch with the community, talk to people, establish friendly relations. He didn't believe in that shit. He actually, not only was he not in favor of it, he thought it was bullshit. He thought you go in with overwhelming power and force and just intimidate the fuck out of people. That sounds pretty good right about now, you know? And, you know, looking on Twitter, like I said in my other video, I blame the media and the fucking blue check marks, amongst others, for this reaction every time there's a fucking police shooting. Because these idiots are told black men are being innocently hunted down in the streets for nothing every fucking day. Not that it's a rarity where these officers in Minneapolis, where it looks really bad. I mean, I'm perfectly open to the idea that this guy was completely out of line and murdered this fucking guy, or was at least reckless and caused this guy's death. Yeah, I'm totally open to that. But I'm still open to the fact that we need to hear both sides. You know what I mean? But it's like every They don't present two sides to these stories. Every fucking black guy who dies under... It never looks good when someone is killed by the police, right? Like, the optics are never good. I mean, maybe if the guy comes out with a machine gun, you're like, okay, well, obviously they had to blow that guy away. But it rarely looks like that. It always fucking looks bad, right? But the two sides are never presented. It's just, oh, this guy was... The narrative is this guy was blown away unjustly. Or, oh, yeah, he was shooting at the police, but, you know, the police didn't have to kill him. It's just this ridiculous narrative that's been enforced. So when there is a killing that looks especially bad, like this Minneapolis one, people are ready to fucking take to the streets. So it's these idiots I blame for this bullshit, for the most part. And our politicians and amongst other people. But, I'm sick of the false narratives on all sides, really. You know, even people are still sticking to James Fields did nothing wrong. You know, he was a good boy. Like, he was just innocently driving around and his car was attacked. Like, yeah, I don't doubt he was scared or whatever the case is, but it's like everyone has their own narrative to defend their point of view, even if it's complete fucking bullshit. And it's just a bunch of extremist factions with their own bullshit points of view that totally drown out anything normal in American society. So, I don't know. If this extreme factionalization doesn't subside, there isn't a better way. Like, our country's just not going to function. And it's just going to feed the flames of extremism. You know what I mean? Just fucking idiocy all around. I saw this tweet this morning where these young dumb chicks at a rally, they saw a police officer on the roof with a gun. It looked like a sniper. And they were saying, like, oh my God, the police, they're on the roof. They're ready to open fire. Like, they're just going to start gunning innocent black people down that are peacefully protesting. And I say to these chicks, I'm like, retards. You know that at every fucking public gathering, they put snipers on the roof in case there's some mass shooter or something, right? You know, like, remember Las Vegas, where a guy opened fire on the fucking... I know it's white people, so it doesn't matter, but remember that guy opened fire on the fucking crowd? And they would have been lucky if they had a fucking sniper to take this guy out. But obviously they didn't. It would have been difficult to do anyway, but like, this is what these people fucking believe. Like, the police might open fire to kill the next Malcolm X or something. It's just complete madness and idiocy. So, yeah, if you're at a loss and you're frustrated, yeah, so am I. So, don't worry. I just make these streams because they're cathartic and I like to get my thoughts out there. You know, I'm not like a professional live streamer, obviously. There were some trucks that ran over people. This FedEx, somebody got fucking killed, which I don't feel bad about because these people are fucking morons. But the people blocking the roadways, these people now appear to be moderates because at least they're not fucking burning shit down and looting, you know? I hope this leads to a change in policy where the cops start fucking busting heads, because I don't want to live in a society where a bunch of anarchists run around and burn shit down. Yeah, I don't know. I can't think of anything else at the moment, but
I wish you all a good day.